Oh my goodness. And you know, boomers, millennials, and what is this down here? Generation X, Generation Z. That's funny. I'm not going to retweet that though, but that's funny. Jizz, if you're a criminal, you don't tell people you're a criminal. So why have liberals finally decided to be honest and tell people they're radicals? In the past, they tried to hide it. So why the sudden honesty? Well, I don't know. Good question. Maybe someone will answer it. Mark Levin will answer it because he is spot on. And tell you what, he's one of the outstanding voices for liberty in America. Mark Levin. I have a hard time listening to him because people from New York talk so fast. And I'm definitely a Western person and half reading lips anyway. Let's see. De Blasio definitely has a Jewish problem. It's the only group he continually targets. Mayhem in the city, okay. But Jews playing with their kids in the park? No. Okay. So, you know what I'm gathering? There's actually like no news going on. Why is this? Why, oh, why, oh, why? Where's the news? There is no news. Oh, is the news about the pedo princes? Oh, the prince, Prince Andrew. I'm not going to call him that unless there's proof. Laura Ingram, far-left lawyer who torched NYPD vehicle during... Not Laura Ingram did not torch the vehicle. Okay. Far-left lawyer who torched NYPD vehicle during riots was intern for Soros-funded anti-Israel group. Wow. That is information. We must retweet that. That's actual news. Donald Trump says, I've done more in less than 4 years than Biden's done in more than 40 years, including for Black America. Biden has been a part of every failed decision for decades, bad trade deals, endless wars, you name it. He has shown a complete lack of leadership. He's a weak shot. So if 44,000 people retweeted, that means that probably 44 million people have seen it. What is going on here? A bus driver slammed a BLM protester saying, you better get your ass home, boy. Yeah. Looks like he took lessons from Hacksaw Dugan. Pow. Next thing you know, he's got to drop down on him like that. Okay. Oh, yes. And he's out. Can we have some sound on that? Do we need some sound?
Stop that shit, man. Damn!
There you go, coming back for that.
Stop that shit, man. Damn!
Oh, I see what's happening. This guy in the blue shirt here is being accosted by that guy, and the other guy defended him. Well, thank you for sharing that with me, Ask Cannon and Lady Warrenon. I appreciate that. We must retweet that. Well done, bus driver. Bus driver, give me a match. Okay, we have people here, and YouTube has started to slow us down already. We're getting some warnings, and I have Patrice Simone here. So while I've still got people here, 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, I will have call-in. It'll be like call-in Monday, so we can find out what happened over the weekend from like real people. Maybe some people from Seattle can call in. I'm concerned about Atlanta as well, and I talked to Dr. Cynthia out there, and she says that Jimmy Carter's okay. She had passed on the message to the family there, and that she's doing all right. And I invited her back on, but I don't know if she'll do that at this time. She's a very busy lady. She's like powering through the Green Party, and I don't know if they're viable or not, but I'm finding a lot of these Green Party people are awfully nice people. Let me tell you. Let's see, who's in the chat room today? We have, and I still have $ available. So if you donate, you are donating to Disarm the Deep State. And we will be taking out more advertising when more money comes in. We make that advertising up, and we have people do it for us, and we pay them, and it helps everybody. Joyce Walker and Stevie Bananas and Repeat. Are you from the field artillery, Repeat? Okay. And James Kingsley and Ermina B are here, and Tiresome Cash and Joanne Gogol. All right. May I? Hello, baby. May I? You need to send me the IM because I lost your contact information. Naktai Posi. D. Stevens is here. Well, you know what? If you send me your Twitch, D, I will try to put it on. Hello, Mordra from Vancouver, Canada. All right. Hitchhiker, and I'm all congested now, but I think that's because it's really smoky today. Like, pretty sure there's a fire going on somewhere. Let's see, Mr. Rogers. You know what? Fred Rogers, James Kingsley admits I'm a Mr. Rogers for grown-up. Fred Rogers was for grown-ups. And he was a real American fighter, but a peaceful fighter. I lived in Pittsburgh when Mr. Rogers was still living. Fred Rogers, and he was one heck of a man, and the whole city loved and cared for that man. I'm pretty sure, and he was a 1A man all the way, and he was also tolerant. He was tolerant of others. He was a 1A man all the way. And he didn't care if you were straight or gay or black or white. He just loved you for what you were. And he did not believe in stifling hate speech. If you will look at some of the things he said and he passed on to our children, they have a lot to do with the fact that there's no hate speech that's wrong. And he said, if you hold it in and you just you're gonna explode, and we don't want you to explode, you gotta let it out. That was Mr. Fred Rogers' feeling on hate speech, is that don't stifle it and hide it. You need to speak it out. And he learned that from a young child. And one of these days I'll read you a little bit from his book. I read his book as well. He was a good man, but his book is in my California apartment, and I don't have access to it right now. Right now, Charmaine Pike is here, and Ricky Runkle is back. I don't know who Juan 07 is, may I? And Charmaine Park is here, and Naktai Posi. Naktai Posi also reads books. And tell me who Juan is. Give me a contact, and I don't mind talking to people. I don't know Juan. I don't know any Juan. Did I say that? I said that. I don't know any Juan. All right. Chop chop. Okay. Robert, great question. Candace, oh, sure. I'll just get on her calendar. She's got like 150 zillion followers, may I? But she's from California, so maybe when I get back to California, she'll talk to me. Let's see. Amy Logie is here. Follow George Webb. I like George Webb. He explains the weapon cache, who transported them there. Oh my goodness. And Dr. Tammy explained it too. I remember that she was saying that they came in through that secondary port that they have underneath the West Seattle Bridge. And I'm starting to think that she may not be wrong. Howard Johnson, Harvey Wallbanger. Okay. Harvey Wallbanger is like vodka with orange juice, isn't it? So you get like that vitamin C. It's like a good wake-up drink in the morning, I guess. Robert is here. The libs took down a Thomas Jefferson statue. That is a darn shame. I do have a Thomas Jefferson book here. Where did I put my Thomas Jefferson book? I have this book, The Art of Power by Thomas Jefferson. Let's see. What have we got in here that might be of interest? Got his signature. That's cool. But he didn't actually sign my book. Let me see. Oh, good. Wow. Okay. This is something. Let's try page 332. And I'm not going to I'm sure this is probably a copyrighted book, but on page 332, we have a desperate state of affairs. Governor Morris says, rumors are various and intrigues great. John Marshall says, it is extremely uncertain on whom the choice will fall. The Washington, D.C. of 1800 and 1801 was a makeshift affair. 6 or 7 boarding houses were in competition with Conrad and McCoon's, where Jefferson lodged. A Philadelphia bootmaker had recently set up shop near the Capitol, as had a bookstore, Benjamin W. Morris and Company. Groceries stocked Madeira, wine, brandy, and spirits, along with soap, lamp oil, and hair powder. Can't go too far without your hair powder. The sides of the Capitol Hill itself were still wild, wooded, and filled with game. Oh, wow. Aaron Burr was causing trouble even back then. Aaron Burr was a troublemaker. Anyway, I'm not going to read this whole book to you because I'm sure someone has, but this is by John Meacham, Thomas Jefferson, The Art of Power, and it's an enjoyable book. And don't tear down any more Thomas Jefferson statues. He was not a bad human being. He was eccentric. but who isn't eccentric? I'm eccentric. And we have quite a few visitors here today. Thank you. What's going on over here? Okay, let's go back to home because there's more tweets up there. Okay, we have Ronna McDaniel. President Trump continues to work with governors and medical experts to reopen America safely and smartly. Economists expect massive job losses in May, but instead 2.5 million were added. America is open for business. Wow, I like that. We are open for business. And just what's happened, and I understand this reality, is that the world's been going digital for a while, and we have just hastened that, and we have become a lot more digital, and unfortunately, a lot of brick and mortar stuff will go out of business for that. and a lot of small businesses are going to suffer, and it'll be to the gain of the larger corporations, but we'll be digital and it'll be okay. And as long as we social distance and stay at home, nobody will mind because that's how they're thinking. Trump assistant come home, Laura Loomer. Okay. And IET 17. Is this ET come home? He's shared a video. Raz from Chaz got a video handing out AR-15s. So we showed that already. So the news is just repeating itself now here. And please note that I retweeted the Obama birth certificate from Malik Obama. And this was still, it's just going on and on and on and on. Hello, Thunny. Okay. E's interesting. E keeps getting deplatformed and removed. I don't know why. Then came this, behind the scenes, Seattle. POTUS, Seattle's big stuff. That's a major city. Yes, indeed. You have a governor who's a stiff. Omit POTUS makes remark about Seattle mayor here. If they don't do the job, we'll do the job. POTUS is asking what can be done. We can do lots of things. They can. Now they're handing out weapons there, so it's going to be more violent. Although I'm doubtful that those people will be able to use those weapons well, unless they set up a firing range and they can zero them in and stuff, because they just don't shoot straight out of the box. They don't. Here's some news directly from Secretary Pompeo. America doesn't need the ICC to administer justice. We know who do it. We know how to do it. Who to do it. We know who to do it. We know how to do it. We hold our own accountable better than the ICC has done for the worst perpetrators of mass criminal atrocities. We stand for moral clarity. We stand for sovereignty. We stand for citizenry. Secretary of State Michael Pompeo. And you know what? He looks like a badass. I would not want to get in a fight with him. He looks like he can bench 350 pounds and he can knock your block off and pile drive you like a bus driver. Let me tell you. Anyway, this is what we got going on. Uh-oh. A green fireball has been spotted streaking across the sky in Western Australia. I see. I'm guessing that was a meteorite. Well, tell me who's that riding. Let's retweet that. Maybe Lynn is in the house and she can talk about that. I will be back on today at 9 p.m. and after I've drunk all my coffee and I'm awake and stuff, and we can talk to other people at that time and see if there's any other news going on. Please share the news with me today, because it seems like there's a news embargo. Let's see what's going on YouTube. A news embargo. It's like nothing new. Wow, I got 57 people watching. Thank you. Atlanta Wendy's Rayshard Brooks shooting was justified. There we go. So the mayor calling for the police officer to be fired was in haste, since it was a justified shooting. I saw the video. It's like You know, they gave the guy an opportunity, and then there he goes. Wow, 2.8 million views, well deserved. Tara Stiles is an amazing yoga guru. She is something, and she can take you from being a beginner to being an advanced yoga vista. All right. Faber Castell has a new pen? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. They are. I watched this Mexican reel before. I think I accidentally shared that with you guys before. That was something. That was nice. I want to visit there. And then, like in 1939, Mexico looked so prosperous and peaceful, and what a great place. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Uh-oh. International flights going to Cebu, not Manila. Anyway, that's arrivals. I need a departure. I need a departure. Yes, I do. Live and let die. Well, oh, that is Mark Wood covering Metallica, not Paul McCartney. Sorry. This Parquet Court is an awesome band. I don't know. They're punk. They're super punk, but they're good. You know, I don't know what their political views are because the punk rockers have some serious political. Now this is just straight up home at YouTube. Arkansas governor. This is like the first news I've seen here. Arkansas Governor Hutchinson signs executive order including workers' compensation and medical immunity. Let's see. We can't watch that though but that's KARK, and they have one view. Wow. Stifled much, KARQ? I guess you are. Let's see. U.S.-China trade war update from South China Morning Post. That is 31 minutes long. I'm not going to watch that, but that looks good. Disturbed, the Sound of Silence. That is a nice remake of that song. James Kingsley likes Disturbed a lot. Let's see. Oh, wow. This is a gorgeous pen. I have one. The Leonardo. I have a Leonardo. Check it out. That's that pen there. I don't have any ink in it right now, but I have inked it up and used it. That is a gigantic, a humongous nib on this. It says Leonardo in it, and it is not gold. It is a steel nib, but it's colored gold. I suppose that's gold plate or brass or something, but it writes well, looks well. Clip has a little roly ball on it, but it's still too tight to like slip into your pocket. But that's okay. In 50 or 60 years from now, after you've used it for a while, it'll be okay. And this one is actually numbered. Let's see, what number is it? I can't read that. It's too dark here. Number 41. Wow, I wish I could have had number 42. That would have given me all the answers. I have number 41. That's a nice pin, sure enough. Wow, wow, wow. Welcome, Ninja Stunts is here. You guys are awesome. So I will, at 9 p.m. Eastern, that is 6 p.m. on the Pacific Coast, and in Waikiki Beach, what time is that? I don't know. Let's see, 1 p.m. is 10 a.m. in Waikiki, so that is 3 hours different, so it's 6 hours different, so it's going to be like 3 p.m. in Waikiki. I will be live here. And I got $17. Thank you so much. Who gave me $17? I appreciate that very much. Let me scroll back here and see. James Kingsley, wow. You were so awesome. You were so awesome, awesome, awesome. For the cause of freedom. Freedom! Okay, so what else is going on YouTube? We have Starship Antilles. Oh, this has been released. Only 449 views. Why? It was pretty good. This guy is like, okay. This George K. Ian. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. Anyway. It's something here. Sir Roger Penrose. Wow, that's a little old, but he's getting up there. He's getting the small bald spot. I wish I might get him to read one of his books and record it for posterity. Because he's got like cool books. I own a couple of his books, and nice guy. Jinhao 992, very cheap, but really good. Looks a little short for me. It looks like Asian size pen. The pen is a little short. Okay. Next, we're going to read the Voynich manuscript. Nobody has deciphered that yet. It's mysterious. Einstein was wrong, according to... He's wrong. Now, Edward Witten is probably the most important physicist these days. If you have an opportunity to read some of his work, and he reminds me of people I know. Wow, that's a pretty pen. What do we got here? That is simply gorgeous. I'm not going to watch these people's channels. And has anybody seen this 3D to 5D consciousness lady? And she has 17,000 views. Wow, that's very 17. That's Q-ish. But she's interesting, super interesting. I don't know. And I guess they've been figuring out that I've been watching this because she's like all over my wall here now with the Goblin. The Goblin was talking to Red Pill 78, and he got 71,000 views. She got 67,000 views. Well done, because she put this guy on fire, whoever that is. Techno is over. No, techno is not over. Techno's got over. And Vincent James back on my wall, and it's only 2 weeks ago. So you guys see, basically the point is there's no new news coming out right now. We are in a black hole news. Let's see. Let's try subscriptions. In my subscriptions, oh wow, that's pretty. 65 Shelby Cobra. We got Trump's set the stage. Bolton must be prosecuted. Trump holds roundtable. There's no actual news going on here. There is no actual news. Where's the news? Okay, we got News Watch from here. That's CBN News. Kelly McGee, what's she eating? I like to go with Kelly McGee on her walks sometimes. Does anybody not follow Kelly McGee? She like plays radio people, and I suppose that's pirating, but she doesn't have banners up there, so there's no like monetary gain or anything. She's just retransmitting them. And then she goes for a walk and discusses them. And I enjoy that walk, so maybe you other people, let's go to her channel. You can maybe follow along with her. Subscribe. She's got 1,000 subscribers, and she goes for a walk. On her walks are interesting. She hasn't been for a walk in a while here. Where's the walking? She's super cool. Super cool. No walks lately. I hope she's feeling okay. Here, it's been 2 weeks since we had a walk. Walk and Talk with Kelly McGee. Nice channel. Nice channel. Well done. Let's see. We got any other questions for me? It's as if capitalism has now been boiled down to who can post it first, or for some at least, don't get me started on the Supreme brand. I think it's disgusting. A real lens into that way of thinking. Christopher Parsons. So are you guys being like blocked from the news too? Or is the news that you're seeing, this is my subscription channel here now. So I thought it was subscriptions. No, here's my subscriptions. Trump holding around. You know, Trump is news for sure, but there's other stuff going on that I want to know about as well, and we're not seeing it. Brazil will playing pandemic politics help? Doubt it. There we are, Eco India. I will listen to Kelly McGee later. She's cool. And she says, I'm just going to put the tape in. And she's like, I think she's taping these shows and putting in the cassette tape. It's super interesting, you know. Antifa invades Innisfail. Where is that? That's in Alberta. On Rebel News. Rebel News is real news. I will set a reminder for that. NTD is real news. Black Bipartisan Millennial Alliance formed. NTD is from New York, by the way, and it's like real news. But I'm not going to play them right now because they're like not giving you biased news. They're giving you the real deal. But they only get 540 views, so I think we have more than that this hour going over the non-news. Kellyanne Conway, upcoming GOP legislation. I will listen to her later. AI simulating humans to understand itself from Lex Friedman. Interesting. Does cosmic fine-tuning demand explanation from closer to the truth? Sometimes the closer to the truth stuff I find disturbing, quite honestly, but I do watch it occasionally. And I have all of these people on my wall, but I don't always watch all of them. The gravitas I watch, they make me angry, but I kind of enjoy that because they like, we hate America, but here's the news. You know, that's their news. They are having a war with Nepal and India and China too at the same time. Wow. UK protesters say Mahatma Gandhi was a racist. That's 4 minutes long. Oh, why not?
Britons are changing the way they look at history in the last couple of days. Thousands of people have come out in the streets to protest against imperial leaders, slave traders, and wartime heroes. From Winston Churchill to Robert Clive, those who were once called the greatest Britons are now being called racists. Some of their statues have been vandalized, some statues have been burnt, dragged through the streets, and thrown into water.
Okay, enough of that. You guys got to watch it for yourself because I don't need another copyright strike. Okay? KSAT. Wow, football season is coming. It's hard to do jumping jacks with shoulder pads on. Gina Marie Colvin's got 2,000 views. I wonder what her take on that meteorite from the Australian is. Gina Marie is a interesting channel. What a beautiful building. Okay, that is a church. Anybody out there going to church lately? How are we doing in church? Oh, the Goulet Pen Company.
Hey everybody, Brian Goulet here.
That's Brian Goulet and his father, I guess. No, that's Dante Del Vecchio. Okay, let's find the pen. That green pen is gorgeous. There it is. Wow, Pineider. I don't have any Pineider pens.
So in great color.
They are from Florence, though. And tell you what, I need to go back to Florence. Is Italy open yet? Well, I need to go to Florence, but I need to go to America. I'm like coming up on 4 months behind schedule. How about you? Isn't it time the world opened back up? Jimping Jiminy. Oh, look at that. Okay. The Sammy Cohn Show. Want a free haircut? I will cut your hair off in Sammy Cohn's shop. That's News Channel 5. All right. But that's actually not news, guys. They play news like this when they are told not to give you the actual news. Oh, here we are. Blaze TV is giving us the actual news. Anarchy in America. That's the real news. They don't want to talk about it, I guess. And South China Morning Post is live. I'm going to listen to Right Side Broadcasting later. That's the White House. 51 seconds from the White House.
As I stand before you today, every state in this president has fought for manufacturing workers and companies just like this. You've kept America moving in the most challenging times. Now, other businesses, large and small, are joining you as we reopen America. So we're rolling. We're moving forward. And as this comeback continues, we have every confidence. The best days for Oberg Industries, the best days for Pennsylvania and America are yet to come.
The best days for Pennsylvania are yet to come. I love it. I love Pennsylvania. I do. So what's going on in the chat? I got one more chat over here. We got Gieserman. Gieserman squirreling out. Much love from Gieserman and Catherine. Hello. Praises up in church. I get angry sometimes, Catherine. Yes, I do. I'm sorry YouTube won't let you sign in. I'm angry about that. Let me tell you, I get angry. I do, and I lose my temper. but it takes a lot of doing to make me lose my temper. Oh, and somebody else gave me money. Thank you. Their money isn't actually going to me, guys. Patria Simone, thank you. Thank you so much. You are a super sweetheart, and I appreciate you. And you're helping out a lot. And you know what? That is what we can all do, is all help out towards the betterment of America, because that's what we need to be doing. That's what we need to do. And everybody does their part. Everyone does something like Patreon, Simone helping out and all that. And ABCU, the / ABCU on 8kun.top is trying hard to put together like a real news service. And I'm rooting for them, I am. And I'm going to ask the News Plus people to start posting some of their stories if they get some good stories over there on News Plus, and then they'll end up on the front page of 8kun.top, and that will get them some traffic and listeners, and I'd like to see that. I was talking and chatting a little bit with the BO from that board, and it seems like a nice guy. They have a good heart. Can anyone see my comments? I see your comments, Cheryl. You just said, can anyone see my comments? It was on Fox News. Okay, here we are. I saw something about POTUS signing EO over Seattle, if I understood correctly. I saw that too, but I'm not going to watch Fox News very long because I don't want a copyright violation. So we got 3 minutes left of the show. If you guys have any questions really quick, and we will be calling in. I will put the call-in phone number with the password to get to me on the 9 p.m. Eastern time show today. And I will take a shower and wear a decent shirt, I guess, and see what's going on. Santa Surfing. I have followed Santa Surfing, but Santa Surfing is someone I'm following, but I did not see her on my subscription list. Is this something that could be missing? Are they being stifled? You know? What else is going on? Because, we get stifled. Last weekend, I got a tweet out that got out to like 1 million people. Finally. But then, of course, I get stifled again after that. They only when they're like they have like a governor on there to slow you down. So every now and then we just have to keep hitting it. And joining these alternative media sites like, everyone make a MySpace account and follow me at jim.watkins on MySpace. Because MySpace is the new in thing. Because they're not doing all of the social network credit scoring garbage that Facebook and stuff is doing. So please go to MySpace, make an account. It's clunky, it's old, and it barely works, but it's still there. We can use that. And WeWake.life, I'm there. You can follow me at Jim Watkins too. And I'm going to go, and I will see you guys again. Tonight. Tonight's the night. It's going to be all right. Bye. God bless us, everyone.
First off, thank both of these leaders, Brian Dugans and Jane Castor, and the rest of the Tampa Police Department and Sheriff's Department that have been out working tirelessly to keep our community safe. I understand the frustrations as a black man standing before you at this podium, living in America at 43 years old, having to explain to my sons again, why we're dealing with this type of behavior in 2020 is a travesty in itself. I understand that people are out there hurting and upset and mad. I'm mad as hell. I was so mad to the point where I sat down with Brian Dugans and Chad Chronister, and I asked them very specific questions that a lot of people don't have an opportunity to ask law enforcement. And here we are today. We see people out there protesting that are doing it the right way, peacefully. This happened in Minnesota, not in Tampa, Florida. I have invested, and many others have invested their life here to make this community what it is today, from people from all walks of life. And as Mayor Cassidy said earlier, we have bigger fish to fry than to sit here and try to figure out who's over here and who's over there, and we're putting these people in danger. So every last one of these folks that have an issue with law enforcement, it's not just how you talk to them and how you treat them, because guess what? If something happens at your house, if something goes wrong in your neighborhood, who are you going to call? Law enforcement, first responders. So for us, or for me personally, I made it a point to ask them some very open and candid questions. And I promised Brian that I wouldn't cuss, but I'm pissed off too, just like everybody else. But being pissed off and having what's your end goal? This is what I would ask any protester out there. What is your end goal? This happened in Minnesota, all right? How can we take what happened in Minnesota and bring it to Tampa and figure out a way to build relationships with our law enforcement and hold them accountable, but not just our law enforcement agencies, our first responders, our people that are elected officials. How are we going to hold them accountable? Because at the end of the day, every last one of us in here have children, family members, etc. that live in this neighborhood, live in this community. After our talk, I ate down in South Tampa. You would never think that COVID-19 was here. You would never think that there was something going on just 17 miles up the street, that Champs was getting ready to get burned down and streets were getting closed off. And to the reporters that were detained last night, I apologize for that, just along with them. But I do have to say this. There are a lot of other innocent kids that I saw down there that shouldn't have been down there because their parents should have had their ass at home. So when we talk about whether or not we should have a curfew, whether or not we should do this, it's not just about a curfew. You also got to understand, like she said, there are businesses that have been shut down for several months, and now the governor's getting ready to open back up the state. These people need these paychecks. They didn't all get the PPP loan. So now they're trying to figure out a way to try to have business. So if a curfew is instituted, guess who suffers? Not the ones that are out there peacefully protesting. So as a country,